What's up, team? Welcome to the video. I was going to jump right into things and talk about pre and post-workout nutrition, but I'm actually late for my workout with Joey, who I've been training with. So I'm going to run that footage while I talk about pre and post-workout nutrition right now. What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Welcome to my commentary section of the video. I just threw me training with my buddy Joey on the screen so you have something to look at other than my face while I talk about pre and post-workout nutrition. Now, the first thing I want to say is nutrient timing isn't nearly as relevant as many other things. Getting your total calories close for the day, your macronutrient balance, or more specifically just getting enough protein, getting adequate fruits and vegetables and micronutrients and fiber. But you can make marginal progress via good pre and post workout game planning, and specifically in a few instances that I'm about to talk about right now. So I'm gonna break this into two categories: fasted and fed training, because I know many of you may have or currently practice some form of intermittent fasting where you are training in a fasted state before strength training. And by the way, this isn't cardio, this isn't like playing a sport, this isn't multiple training sessions per day. This is weightlifting for the purpose of either gaining muscle, losing body fat, getting stronger, some combination of those. If you're going to train in a fasted state because the meal timing or fasting schedule you're on makes sense for your lifestyle, a common example, you have meal number one at lunch, but you train in the morning, what should you do? 10 grams of branched chain amino acids pre-workout makes sense in this situation. It's kind of a why not. Specifically, the amino acid L-leucine helps prevent the breakdown of muscle during that training session. Now, if we can go deeper on this, and if you are low on total glycogen stores, and meaning carb stores in your muscle, and you're about to do a high volume training session, lots of sets and reps, then it's more important that you get some branched chain amino acids in your system, versus if you had a high carb meal the night before, you're doing higher intensity, lower rep work and not as many sets, then it's less relevant you get those BCAAs in. But pre-workout, if you're fasted, 5 to 10 grams of BCAAs, I'd say 10 grams of BCAAs because it's actually 3 to 5 grams of L-leucine that you want pre-workout to prevent losing muscle. Pretty easy. Pre-workout, if you are in a fed state, well, obviously if you're eating pre-workout, you're in a fed state. And if your sole goal is muscle gain, I would recommend having a pre-workout meal. You don't necessarily have to, but you're going to have more elevated total muscle protein synthesis over your entire life, over that training block, by adding that extra meal in and doing it pre-workout, getting an insulin spike pre-workout, like having those carbs to play with in your training session. It just makes sense. Food choice, eat what you like, really. Like, and sizing of the meal matters based on timing. If you're 38 minutes out from your training session, you want to get something in, I wouldn't eat a giant meal. I would have a shake plus banana, or a Quest bar, or some egg whites and a little bit of oats. Just fewer total calories, but some protein plus carb. I believe it's 25 grams of protein that maximally stimulates muscle protein synthesis. So 25 grams of protein plus some carbs pre-workout. If you're gonna have a meal 2, 3, 4 hours out, I would make it bigger and just whatever is comfortable, whatever fits your day with adequate protein. Post-workout, if you're following the standard Birkin protocol, where you're practicing a 16-8 style diet, but you're training in the AM, what he recommends is supplementing with BCAAs, 10 grams post-workout, and then 10 grams at some point during your morning until you get to meal number one. What I have often done in the past is not 16-8, but like a 14-10 style, basically training fasted, but then just breaking my fast post-workout, even if it was at 10:30 in the morning, or even earlier. And I would do that with protein plus carb post-workout. Food choice is up to you. If you want to go dextrose and a fast digesting protein powder, great. But really, what matters is getting some protein and some carbs in post-workout, and specifically when you're training fasted, getting that post-workout meal or those calories in right after your workout actually is relevant. Now, when you're fed, having that those post-workout calories right away is less relevant. Like, you can get away with waiting an hour or longer to have whatever your post-workout meal is when you're not training fasted. But when you're training fasted, try to get that protein plus carb in soon after your workout. And yeah, like I said, after training in a fed state, a full meal, again, at least 25 grams of protein, some carbs, and if you just want to eat, like sometimes I will do a shake plus piece of fruit or a shake plus Cliff Bar, which is high protein, high carb, right after my workout. Sometimes I'll wait and I'll walk 20 minutes to get to Chipotle and have 50 grams of protein, 100 carb, and 28 fat. Like, it just kind of depends on my day. But if you're in a fed state, you have much more wiggle room post-workout on timing. All right, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, guys, solid training session. Joey and I are about to go to Chipotle. I don't know if I will have discussed this or not, but like, even though I just trained not fasted, like I had a Quest bar before the workout, I still eat something right after. Like, even though I can go a half hour, an hour, whatever, I'm gonna go get like 40-ish protein and at least 40 carbs, probably more like 100 or 120 carb, based on what I'm doing right now. But yeah, so that's where we're headed. All right, guys, we got our bowls here, about to eat. I was just reading comments from last video, or 2 videos ago for you, in line here, and our boy Andrew's just right. I'm thinking about what the thing is gonna be that I do every single day, so have it ready for tomorrow, because we're officially starting, okay? But I think I know what mine is. I don't wanna do it, it's hard, but I think I know. Tomorrow. Alright, you guys know that feeling when you decide on something, but like not officially, but you know you're gonna do it, and then it's kind of looming, and it feels like a procrastinating feeling. That's how I feel about this 500 words thing, because I know in my gut it's the right thing, but I wanna like wait a little while, and then maybe I'll be like, oh, you know what, actually 5 minutes of mobility work per day could be like, when really I know like what the thing I should do is. So I'm gonna start now. I'm walking back to the Chinatown Grindhouse, and I'm gonna write 500 words. I'm gonna write 500 words every single day until I move out of the Chinatown Grindhouse. It's just it. Like, it's my thing. So if you know yours, pick it. Otherwise, officially by tomorrow. Okay? Alright, so my game plan is not to stop at 500 words like every time. I think that's silly and counterproductive, and like it's like watching the clock in school, you're not really learning. But there was a good stopping point right here. I have other things I need to do, so I am today. But one point I want to make for you guys, like 5 minutes of mobility work would be amazing. If I added 5 minutes of mobility work right when I woke up every single day, like, I think that would make my life drastically better in how I feel. However, given that I'm leading this charge and I'm living in the Chinatown Grindhouse, I felt like I needed to set the bar a little bit higher. But do what works for you, what makes sense for you. Like, anything that you're doing consistently for a number of months is gonna lead to improvement, assuming it's a positive thing. So like, if your thing is the mobility work, or if your thing is like something that's not super hard, but over time that adds up, amazing. Like, do what you feel comfortable committing to, all right? Leave it in the comments. Tomorrow, officially it starts, but I already started. Yeah, I'm gonna do some video editing and things like that. I'll see you in the next clip. Hello.
Yeah.
Can I please have one reduced fat blueberry muffin, one chocolate frosted with sprinkles, please? All right, we're gonna wrap the video up here. Just had a salad with sweet potato, wild rice, grilled chicken, bunch of good stuff, and now I might have both of these. I'm gonna do a little math and see what I got left, and I might have both of these. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in tomorrow's video. Thinking about lacing a little bit more shirtless content in my content for marketing. Just something that's on my mind.